Hey everyone, we often talk about the Great Commission, taking the gospel to the ends of the earth. But sometimes the ends of the earth starts right at your neighbor's driveway. Today, we're talking about being a chaplain in your neighborhood. It sounds like a big title, but it's really a very simple, old method of following Jesus. It's all about being the church without the walls. The Bible is full of many references to God's desire for us to be in relationship with one another, and through a dozen of verses that use the term one another. Encourage one another and build each other up. Carry each other's burdens. Pray for each other. Offer hospitality to one another. Serve one another. Value others above yourselves. A chaplain isn't a social worker or a professional counselor. You are a representative of God, and you are there to remind people that no matter how messy we are, and even in the most secular moments, God is present. The heart of chaplaincy is what we call the ministry of presence that I mentioned to you before. Think of Jesus. He didn't just wait for people in the synagogues. He met them at wells, at dinner tables, and on dusty roads. As a chaplain in your neighborhood, you are a listener, hearing someone's story without judgment, a comforter, providing a moral and spiritual anchor in a storm. And you are also an ambassador, treating people as human beings, never as projects to be fixed. Remember, you are not there to aggressively proselytize. You are there to go after the lost sheep by simply being the most loving, stable person in the room. I want to take a moment to get very practical here. People often ask, Arthur, what do I actually say when things get heavy? So let's look at 3 common scenarios. The first one, the overwhelmed neighbor. You have a neighbor venting about a job loss or family stress. What you don't want to say is something like, don't worry, God has a plan. It can feel very dismissive. What you can say is something like, hey, it sounds like there is a lot of weight on your shoulders right now. How are you holding up in the middle of all of this? What you're using here is a reflective echo. You repeat the emotion back to them so they know that they've been heard. The second scenario is the why me moment. When you have a friend sharing a difficult diagnosis, for example, what you don't want to do is trying to explain the theology of suffering. That's not a moment for that. What you can do is, after a short silence, take a breath and say something like, I don't have an answer for that, and I won't pretend to, but you are not alone. Can I just sit here with you for a bit? With that, you are honoring the mystery. Your presence is more important than your explanation. The crisis situation is the third one, when you face a minor accident or high-stress neighborhood event. What you don't want to do is to preach a sermon while someone is in shock. That's not a moment for that. What you can say is something like, hey, I'm trying to serve here in our neighborhood, and I'm going to stay right here with you. Is there someone I can call, or can I get you some water, tea, or coffee? The tip for you as a chaplain is look, listen, and link. Look for safety, listen to the needs, and link them to help. As we're closing here, I wanted to share a few last but important things with you. As you head out into your neighborhood this week, remember the 80-20 rule. Listen 80% of the time and speak 20. You don't need a degree in divinity to be a godly influence. You just need a heart that is willing to see people as God sees them. We've given you a PDF response guide to keep on your phone. Use it, practice these responses, but most of all, just show up. God will do the rest. I am so grateful you took the time to learn about how to live as a chaplain in your neighborhood. I encourage you to continue those conversations in your grow groups today. Thanks again for being the hands and feet of Jesus and loving right where you live. See you soon.